What's up, guys? Honey Alex with you here, bringing you Eden Zero manga review. This is chapter 26, titled Two Sisters. This chapter was very interesting. I want to begin with saying the translation that I read was kind of wonky. I went to a couple of different places to test it out, but it seemed that a couple of pages felt like they were backwards. But like the chapter is titled Two Sisters, we found out that these two sisters are not really sisters. They're sisters in the sense of they both healers and they both religious people, but they're not actually sisters. The evil sister with the robotic tail, who looked like a female cell, we found out that she had locked up the original sister in a chamber that was putting her in a sleep mode, was stealing her powers and giving it to her. And she was using that powers because she's a mercenary and she was hitting her own people with it. And Jen is someone who she tricked with that power, saying, I'm going to heal your friends if you become one of my subordinates. So that's why Jen was listening to her and doing things for her. But because she got beat by Shiki and them, we had this one panel where he's like stomping her, saying, I don't have no friends. Kara is my sister, and that's the person he wants her to heal. But then we get this other chapter where she's not on the floor getting stomped on, and she's arguing with the sister. And the sister, as you see in the thumbnail, did that epic kick to the face. And I'm like, okay, the story, it makes sense, but at the same time, some of these panels are kind of wonky. So you're gonna have to read it a couple of times over and see which panel goes where, because they look like they're not in order, unless they're drawn like that for a reason. Because remember that catastrophe is coming to Gillis to destroy it and give it 50 years time reverse. So maybe that's why these chapters were kind of wonky. Maybe that's how Hero's expression, the time warp, is going on. But at least we know that Jin's part of this group only because he wants his sister to be healed. But the sister that can't really heal his sister is now joining Shiki. And Shiki did say, I see you later. And Jin did say he has no friends. So I wouldn't really be surprised if this is leading up to one of those situations where Jin's sister's gonna meet Shiki and he's gonna make the sister heal her and they're gonna become friends, and then Jin is just gonna join Eden Zero just because Shiki healed his sister and they're friends now, so he feels like he has to be his friend. I have a feeling it's gonna be that type of situation. But somewhere down the line, I believe Jin is gonna fight him again and probably be friends with him afterwards or beforewards, who knows. But I wouldn't mind. I actually like Jin, the robotic ninja. That's kind of cool, so I wouldn't mind him joining. And it's nice getting the sister's flashback too, knowing that she was actually locked up and she's not the real sister doing all these bad things. Someone else was actually capturing her and doing these bad things. And I love her personality. She has this weird personality, no matter what bad is going on, she makes a joke out of it and just keeps laughing. So I like that. That's cute. And you have this one panel where she strips and then all she has is her lingerie on and she heals everybody and she fixes the place, and then she decides to put her clothes back on and Shiki's like, what the heck is that about? And she said, that's a long story for another time. And Shiki was freaked out about it, but though of course why? I was like, ooh, shut up. Let the nun do this. Have you ever seen a nun video? And I'm like, okay, he's seen too much hentai. The way he was expressing that and saying things and the way he was so desperate watching. You know why this is a hentai man of culture. But you also had this cute moment with Hamura where she states that she's acting adorable, but I can't say it out loud because of something that he's told to the sister. I believe her name, depending on which translation you're reading, could be either Ivory or Eileen. Those are her one of those two are her names, but I've read certain translations that says Eileen or Irene or Irene. Then I've read other translations that says Ivory, so but I'm gonna go with the Gemini box translation and I'm gonna go with Ivory. That one sounds kind of better. Plus she was stuck in a robot tentacle thing that looked like the ivory plant, so I'm gonna go with Ivory for now until the official translation drops. But again, this was a great chapter. Shiki has a new sister now, so that's 2 out of 4 down. Again, Jin might become friends with Shiki in the future, So I definitely can't wait to see that friendship bloom. Wise still has a suspicion on Homura, and Homura this tell Wise, I want you to trust me, so I'm gonna help you get sister out, since you want her for Eden Zero. But I don't know, I kind of had my suspicion with her. It's like she has these cute moments with like Shiki, but then when it comes to Wise, like her real side comes out. So it's like from her bad side come out. So it's like which side is the real one? Kind of hard to choose, but hopefully she becomes a Laura fan and she stays on the ship too. Hopefully, and hopefully we get more explanation of these ether powers, because it seems like everyone is having them, but they haven't really specified what is ether and how the power level rating system goes, because we know there is one, because it was stated a couple of chapters back when when Shiki was fighting the robot version of Ezra, which was a fake. They did state, one of the cops, that his power level was over 100,000 ethers, so hopefully that's more explained. But again, this was a really great chapter, enjoyable. We had some also good dialogue. The story kept on going. Lucy saved all the girls, and she's getting the credit for it, and everyone seems to be praising her. So you know that's gonna make her BQ jump up tremendously. So I can't wait to see what her new subscriber count will be when that happens. And I wonder how they're gonna all escape this planet Gillis, which is going to be eaten soon by the catastrophe. That is something I want to know. Like, I mean, they just say that this ship, that the planet had a whole bunch of ships on it. So, but I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like they only have 10 minutes to get out. Can they really make it in 10 minutes? Even though, again, there's a whole bunch of ships surrounded this place, in this place in the dock area, so they should be able to get away. It's just more of a time-consuming matter, but. And we also had this one quick panel where we see this drunk lady come out the bar, and she looked like an older version. I want to say an older version of Kana from Fairy Tail. And then next to her, we had this guy with glasses. I guess that's supposed to be either an older version of Gildarts or Makaraj, maybe even Luxus, one of them. But it's nice that every chapter we always get some Fairy Tail backgrounds, some Fairy Tail people, characters, as backdrops in the backgrounds, and you have to watch very carefully and see who's who. So I'm actually liking those little egg drops, and I'm liking the fact that Hero's reusing some of his characters, but either fused or more upgraded. So that doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people are hating on Eden Zero for that, because Hero's reusing his characters, but a lot of mangakas reuse their characters. I mean, if you look at Kishimoto's new story that he's making, most of them look like Naruto characters just for robotic parts. I mean, Kubo's doing it with the Burning Witch thing, which only had a one shot of. Most of those characters reused as well. If you look at Dr. Slum and Dragon Ball Z, you see the resemblance hugely. They even has crossover with each other. So, you know, it's not like Hero's the first one to do this or the only one. So, people are just taking it over content and just blowing it out of proportion because it's Hero. If it would have been anybody else, they would have been praised for it. Because it's Hiro Mashima, everyone feels the need to knock him down for it. But it's not that big of a deal. Because it's not like he's reusing the character completely. Powers, mindset, backstory, no. The only thing he's reusing is their character skin. But their backstory, their powers, the way they think, personality, all that is different. So it's not that really big of a deal as people making it out to be. But again, this was a great chapter. Chapter 26. If you haven't read it, go read it. If you're ready, go read it again. Really good chapter, really good stuff. Power progression up, artwork up, powers, loving it. Characters, more. Introduction, all that was good. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace and have a good one.